Good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers in a brand new year, 2026. We wanted to do a show earlier, but some technical difficulties, some things like that got us in the way last week, so we wasn't able to do a kickoff show. So, Byron, we're going to call this a kickoff show tonight. How about that?
It sounds like a good thing for the new year.
Yeah.
Good kickoff show.
Yes, it sure does. Sure does. So, again, welcome in On the Spot with David Rodgers. I'm your host, David Rodgers. To my left, he is the Byron Bagwell. Over to the right, it is Mr. Dave Holland, the dancer destroyer himself. Gentlemen, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
There you go, man. That was good, man. If you could have went about 5 seconds longer, that would have been awesome.
Hello. Okay.
All right. That was good. Again, welcome into the show. Glad to be here with you. New Year 2026. David Rodgers, Byron Bagwell, Mr. Dave Holland. We've got a lot to get to. We've got a lot of local events going on, some things that are going to be happening here within the community within the next couple of months. We've got some regional news. We've got a big football game to talk about that happened last night. We've got the playoffs to talk about. Byron's got a couple of things that we're going to be talking about on the national and world level. So hopefully y'all will stick around and enjoy the show. Gentlemen, I just got to say, welcome back. It's been a while. I mean, we've seen each other since then, but we haven't seen each other in this format. So again, I just want to ask you guys before we get started, and anybody else that's on, what did you do for the holidays, Byron?
Well, I celebrated Christmas with friends and family.
Yep.
And then I went on a cruise for New Year's with my mom and Lisa
and
some friends and some of Lisa's family.
There you go. How was that? Where'd y'all go? Did you want to discuss where you went?
We went to St. Thomas.
Okay.
St. Martin's.
St. Thomas Aquinas?
No, St. Martin's.
Oh, okay.
St. Thomas.
Yeah.
St. Martin's.
St. Martin's, the island, not St. Thomas Aquinas.
We didn't go to the high school.
Because I thought you did go to high school because I thought you got offered the job as the coach down there at St. Thomas Aquinas.
No,
you don't want that job?
No.
How about the Bradford job, which we will be talking about? I just gave that a little bit, but
anyway. Not following the last coach that was thank you.
Not following the last coach.
As a first head coach job. No, that would be
no boy. You ain't kidding. And I'll get into some of that here in just a little bit. Dave, what'd you do over the holidays?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, tell us. Man, we're here.
It was a beautiful end of the year.
Wow. Okay.
It really was.
I'm glad it's over, but it was good. It was good.
Yep.
Spent it with the family.
Yep.
And most of my family's in Ohio freezing, so I reminded them the temperature of Florida.
Right.
They wish they were down here.
Reminded them the temperature of Florida.
Yeah. Well,
that's just not right.
No, that says it right.
So. That kind of thing runs in the family every once in a while.
Of course it does. So I didn't do much, guys. I wanted to really go on this trip with Byron and then me and Shelly did, but it just wasn't feasible at this time. So, hey, we're going to probably plan up another one here, and hopefully we can go on the next one. But I helped take care of some of Byron and Shirley's things while they were gone. Did a few things around the house. And I'm going to be honest with you, Byron and Dave, I just relaxed a little bit. Yeah. I just took it easy. Watched a lot of football games.
Yeah.
That definitely did that. Watched some movies that I've been wanting to watch. So really just took it easy. Had a lot of time off. Our shop was down for shutdown. So I got some of those days off. Had to burn some vacation days that I needed to burn. Got that done. So now we're starting off a new year, and those holidays are over. We just had Martin Luther King Day yesterday. Byron, I know you had to work.
Yes,
but that was one of our holidays that we get per year. And, of course, the other floating holidays on Good Friday for us. But we had yesterday off, so just pretty much relaxed up a little bit yesterday and got ready for that football game that we're going to be talking about here in a little bit, which was a very good football game, by the way. Me and Byron discussed that a little bit before he was able to join us tonight. So, again, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to get to. A lot of people been asking me about the new coach, who I think that may be. Me and Byron will get into that as we get into that segment. But again, everybody, welcome into the show. Love to hear your comments, what y'all did over the holidays, what y'all got coming up, what your New Year's resolutions are. By the way, I'll ask you, what's your New Year's resolution, Byron?
Well, my New Year's resolution is pretty much to keep on doing the things that I'm doing to lose weight, David.
That's a good thing, yeah. And you are looking good, brother. We've seen each other the other day. I'm trying to do the same thing. So just trying to keep in shape a little bit. I did make myself a promise that I do want to get into a gym and start working out. Me and Autumn has talked about that a little bit, about getting into a gym, going to a gym, starting to work out, doing some things like that. So we're going to find us one that is comparable for all of us. So, hey, look, at the end of the day, we're all trying to keep in shape, trying to keep our health up. And that's what it's all about. Dave, New Year's resolution for you?
To get healthier.
So we all got about the
Got
same.
the same thing.
Got the same thing.
I don't drink. I don't smoke.
No, you don't.
No.
So that's a good thing. You feeling better here? I've noticed that you had a couple little things walking better.
I hang my crutch up, and my walking stick is in the corner of the house.
Yeah.
And although yesterday,
right,
coming down the steps, there was ice all over my steps and the ground, and I just about took a fall. Slipping on ice.
Yeah. Well, that's an easy thing for anybody to do.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I mean,
for
it really
sure.
is.
It really is.
Not in Florida.
Not normally in Florida, but we've seen it in the past where where it gets that cold. So I mean, it happens every once in a while. The thing that doesn't happen every once in a while is the amount of snow they've got in the panhandle.
That was unreal. Billy, I'm going to get to that. I know you called me about that. That is the main topic that we're going to be discussing here. And you don't know how many phone calls I've told Byron, I've told Shirley and everybody what I think, what's going on. I will give you what I know and what my opinion is. Byron will do the same as well. But that has been the topic. Byron, I guarantee you on my messenger page, since all this has happened, I guarantee you there's at least 100 people that's messaged me and going, what's going on with the coach at Bradford County. We will talk about that here in just a little bit, as I know that's a big topic of discussion, just because of where the Tornadoes have been the last 4 seasons. Me and Byron have been lucky, and thank goodness that we've had some great winning seasons. We've seen a state championship game. We'll talk all about that. And I know that people are worried, Byron, about if this is going to continue. If my prediction is right, and what I think is going to happen and what you think is going to happen is right, I think this will keep sustaining.
Well, either one of the coaches that have been talked about, seriously talked about, coming to Bradford, and I think that continues.
Absolutely.
May not continue on the same way.
Right.
But Bradford will continue to win football games, and with the core of players that they have and the core players that they'll bring in from either one of the schools,
right?
That these guys would be leaving to Bradford, because that happens now. When a coach leaves a school, those players follow the coach.
Yeah.
So it would honestly. Either one of them will continue the winning ways. Now, whether they will continue the winning ways to winning districts and making it far playoff runs the first year, that's another story, because either one of these coaches is going to bring in a different system than what's being run, and probably going to bring in all the assistant coaches
absolutely
from their team. Maybe not.
Right.
I don't have an answer for that. I don't know if David does or not. But,
and we'll get into that, as that topic comes. Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to ask Shirley, Billy, or hey, Lisa, welcome on the show. I was going to ask you guys, it's a new program, and was wondering how our audio is doing. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, and give us a thumbs up. We can see all the comments here. Yeah. We've gone to a program called StreamYard. We're testing it out tonight. It seems to be working very well. The one good thing I like about it, Dave, and we don't have to give away all the ancient Chinese secrets here, but you like that? Ancient Chinese secrets. Did you need me to press that down a little bit, Doug? Oh, okay. Is it because it's up? Is that what it is? Yeah. Can I bring it back up when I need to see?
Let's bring it up to where you think you need it.
Okay. I need it about right there.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, man. It's just because of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but anyway, I'm hiding my fat belly too.
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see that part.
I'm sorry.
Okay. It blended in with the shirt, and it looks slim, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay.
Slim Jim there.
We're on a roll tonight.
We're on a roll tonight. So
it's a new night.
It's a new night. But anyway, I can bring it down just a little bit till we get to that point. But anyway, we're going to get to all that and much more. Hey, Dave, yes, we can hear you great. How does the video look? That too as well, so we can hear the sound. So that's a good thing. So
we're just learning it. And,
absolutely.
And we see on our screen that you guys are a little red.
Well, yeah. I honestly, I'm glad you can hear us, because you don't want to sit here and look at us for an hour.
Oh, absolutely not. My gosh, man, you definitely don't want to. Definitely want to do that. You may want to look at this guy, but you sure don't want to look at this old guy here. That's for sure. But anyway, new format, new things going on with us. So we're trying some different things. So hopefully 2026 is going to be better than 2025. Mm-hmm. That's in every aspect of our lives and every aspect that we do. So this is just a start. She says, great.
It's great. The video is great.
The video is great. So,
and if you notice in the background, we just told everybody in the studio to stop what they're doing and just watch the show.
And that's exactly
the
right.
The woman on the right-hand side by Dave,
right over here on my right hand. Yeah.
On David's right-hand side, he's got the right look.
Yeah, she's embarrassed.
She's embarrassed because she's
on the screen,
and plus she's having to look at our two ugly faces. Let me just say one. I don't want to talk about my buddy.
Flies out of our mouths,
Yeah. Well, look at the guy standing up in the background. He ain't even watching the show.
He's not even.
He's looking at some book. It's probably a sports magazine.
Oh, you're talking about the guy sitting down or the guy standing up?
Standing up.
Right. Okay, how about the guy that's sitting down? What is he doing? Is he researching something for you?
He's sleeping.
Hey, my natty boy, I'll tell you what, we've got a hell of a crew, ladies and gentlemen. Hell of a crew right here. God, my goodness. But anyway, let's get the show started. Rick, what's going on, brother? Yes, we are a little red, but hey, we're going to work all that out. Hey, I'd rather be red than dead. I'm just saying, I'd rather be red than dead.
I don't know about that, because I know where that saying comes from.
That's exactly right. But still, hey, as long as me and you're sitting here talking and we can keep calling tornado football games and we can keep doing shows, I'd rather be red than the alternative. I'll just put it than the alternative.
They spent too much.
Byron and David look like they spent too much time in the sun today. That's exactly.
It's a new program. We haven't got all the buttons figured out, so just bear with us.
Lisa, yes, I did not say yet. We just went over an overview. I'm going to read you some background information. Me and Byron will get into that. We'll give you a speculation of what we think is going to happen there. But I can tell you this, There's nothing, and we'll get to that part. We'll get to that part. So anyway, Byron, if you don't mind, sir, would you lead us in a prayer? Short, quick one. And hey, man, we're just going to kick up on the show. How about that?
That sounds like a plan to me.
All right. Everybody at home, if you'll please bow your head, and Byron is going to lead us in the prayer tonight.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this glorious day you've given us. We thank you for all the connections that you have also given us. Please continue to bless everybody that is listening and their family and their friends, and include our family and friends in that. Please continue to put your hand over this nation and continue to grant it to be the greatest nation in the world. Thank you for all of the glorious people that you so graciously have let live in this country, and the wisdom and the sacrifices that they are willing to give to make this country what it is. We thank you so much for that, and we also thank you for your son. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. That sounds great to me. All right. We're going to stand and we're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. And Dave, I will lead the Pledge of Allegiance tonight. We're going to look back here to our right, to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right, all right. Again, welcome to the show. I'm David Rodgers, Byron Bagwell, the Dave Holland, or the Dancing Destroyer Dave Holland. And how about right here? Byron, how much you weigh now?
About 191 pounds.
Hey, brother. So I got a little thing for Byron.
I've lost about 34 pounds.
34, I was going to say 35 pounds or so, give or take.
34 pounds.
All right. So 191 pounds of screaming steel and sex appeal sitting right here beside me. He is the Byron Bagwell. Yes, Austin Idol.
Steel and sex appeal.
And thank you, Austin Idol, for those references. If y'all used to watch wrestling or watch professional wrestling, y'all know who the Austin Idol is. Wrestler back in the day. And that was his favorite saying. So, again, welcome into the show. Byron, do you have a quote for us? And then we can get on to all the big news that we have.
I do.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Tolerance will reach such a level that intelligent people will be banned from thinking so as not to offend the imbeciles.
Wow.
Tolerance will reach such a level that intelligent people will be banned from thinking so as not to offend the imbeciles.
That sounds like something that was said recently.
Not really recently. No. I will give a hint about this one. This man experienced what we are experiencing today with the pushes that we're experiencing in what was the former Soviet Union.
Guy's Russian.
The guy is Russian.
Sounds like an author, a philosopher of some sort. Am I getting close? I don't know.
I've quoted him before, and nobody's going to remember this guy's name. I'm not even sure my mother has read this guy's stuff. So, and my mother was alive.
Yeah, you might as well tell us.
That. The guy's name is Fyodor Dostoevsky.
Dostoevsky. I know the name.
Fyodor. I can't even say his first name right. I've said his first name worse than I did his last name.
Is it Fyodor?
Fyodor.
Fyodor.
F-Y-O-D-E-R.
Yeah, Fyodor. Fyodor.
My Russian is
not that guy that ran against
the
Russian president.
No, this guy was imprisoned in one of the gulags in Russia because he was.
Byron, was he in the 1800s?
No, this was in the mid 19 or early 1900s.
Okay.
When the Russian Revolution happened and communism took over in Soviet Union. You read some of these guys that were there and around at that point in time, and it will scare you because you see some of the same things that are going on there that are actually happening here with the nonsense that goes on. It is just the way it is.
Oh, Cassandra, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. What's the big news? She's got those eyes there. We'll get to that here in just a minute. I know that's what everybody is wanting to know, and I get it and I understand it. And I'm going to give you what I know. Byron, I've shared with Byron. Byron's going to tell you what he knows. I'm sure Mike Qualls has talked to you a little bit about it, but he probably didn't know what was going on. So, we will get to that here in just a minute. So, do you have another one for tonight?
You want another one?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
I think I've actually used this one before. The truth has no defense against a fool determined to believe a lie.
Man, did you use this recently?
I don't think it was recently, but I have used it. The truth has no defense against a fool determined to believe a lie.
I've heard this before. I'm going to say Mark Twain. I think it's Mark Twain. I think. I've heard this. I'm final answer. I'm going Mark Twain.
I don't have an idea.
Well, I'll give everybody a hint.
Okay.
Key West.
Oh. It's that author that lived in Key West.
I'm going to go Mark Twain. I'm going to go Mark Twain. I'm just going to say he was trying to fool me. Key West. Key West. I was going to say you haven't making me change my mind. Oh my!
No, it's Mark Twain. There's no other known author that I've ever heard of that lived in Key West. So yes, it was Mark Twain.
All right, so 1-1, I guess, because I didn't know the Russian. I forgot the Russian.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but he said he used that one before, and I can't remember.
I've used that one before.
Okay.
Must have been.
Shirley said Hemingway, which is a pretty good guess.
Ernest Hemingway,
yeah, that's a good guess. Yeah, that's a good guess. So, all right. So anyway, again,
wait a minute.
Oh, okay. Wait.
My mother is right, and I.
Oh, wait a minute. Is she right?
Hemingway is the one that lived in Key West, not Twain.
Okay.
See,
thank you. I said
Shirley meant snow. She said, wishing everyone in America would read what? Ashes
in the snow.
In the snow. Okay, yeah. So Hemingway lived in
Key West.
Key West.
Twain lived where? In Missouri, in that area there, Missouri, Mississippi area, the Mississippi River Bend or whatever, I think. I want to say so. Twain County?
Yeah.
Where the heck is that?
Twain County.
Yes, I am, Rick, but probably not in depth like that. I'm just going to talk about the event that was coming up and what's going to be in the future about it. So, got some breaking news on that as well. So, again, welcome into the show. David Rodgers, Byron Bagwell, Dave Holland. All right, man. Well, let's just get right to it. Because it is what it is. I actually had a little write-up here that I was going to read, but we'll just go ahead and get into it. As y'all all know, about 3 weeks ago, Coach Jamie Rodgers and Bradford County Tornadoes. Did you want to say something before that?
I want to say something really quick, David. I didn't mean to cut you
off. No worries. No worries.
I want everybody to understand this. What Jamie Rodgers did for Bradford County was an unbelievable job. I am so thankful that he came here to be our head coach. The kids loved him. The fan base loved him. His record was absolutely great. He fell short for a state championship to a team that beat us 3 times in a row, and we couldn't get past them. And part of that, honestly, is the way the FHSAA actually puts the regions and the divisions together. It really is, because there is no way in the world Cocoa should be anywhere near close to the same spot Bradford County is. What Jamie Rodgers did was an outstanding job, and I am so thankful that he came to Bradford County. And I know David feels the same way.
Oh, absolutely. The suspense is killing us.
I wanted to say that.
Yeah, and that's okay, because I was going to let you segue into that, but I knew it was on your heart, and I knew you wanted to say that, and you've been wanting to say that for weeks, and I did not mind that interruption at all. And it was well said. And I'm going to back up to what Byron said, and I'll lead you into what went on here. So about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, Jamie Rodgers and the Bradford Tornadoes football team parted ways, along with the admin. Y'all all seen the write-up. Okay. So the write-up came from our AD and from our administration staff, and it said that the Bradford County Tornadoes and Coach Jamie Rodgers parted ways. Now, you can read into that what you want to read into that. As soon as that news came out, I had people hitting me all over the place. What's going on? Did something happen? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know that. That's inner dealing stuff. Will Coach Jamie Rodgers ever tell me that? Probably not, and doesn't need to explain anything to myself, to you, or to anybody. That was a private matter. I can guesstimate what I think happened without really knowing. If y'all all know, Coach Jamie Rodgers is from Baker County. He grew up in Baker County. He played football and baseball for Baker County. He's a Baker County guy. His mother lives over there. His mother is an elderly lady, I think in her 80s, mid 80s or something like that. She still lives over there. Coach Rodgers has a beautiful wife and 2 beautiful kids that are still young, that still live over there. He never made his residency in Bradford County. He kept his home over in Baker County. I didn't know this about Coach Rodgers. He also owns a business over there. He owns a laundry service over there, laundromat over there, that him and another guy's partnered with. So there's a lot of livelihood things that he has going on over in Baker County. I know a couple of years ago it was rumored that he may be going back at some point. He's coached Baker County already. He led them to a state championship game in 2017. Unfortunately for him, that particular day, he met a team called American Heritage, which was a national powerhouse back at the time, and, lost the game big. But he did make a state championship game, and he always had Baker County in the playoffs. So, again, backing up what Byron said, he's a winner. He's a winner every place he's gone to. He led this program to a 47-7 record, 46-7 or 47-7 record.
Wow.
Over 4 years. That's phenomenal. On those 7 losses, I'm going to quiz Byron, and Byron can tell you because he's fixing to give it to you guys as well. Byron, out of those 7 losses, name the teams those 7 losses came to.
Swanee?
Yep.
Newberry?
Twice. Yep.
And guess who the other? Oh, excuse me, that's not right.
Okay.
Newberry, Swanee, Mandarin.
Go back. So Newberry twice.
Twice. Swanee once.
Yep.
Mandarin once.
Yep.
And then Cocoa 3 times.
That's it. Out of that schedule, out of 54 games, we lost 7 times to how many different teams? 4?
4 different teams.
4 different teams.
And those 3 times that we lost to Cocoa
one was in a state semifinal.
Right.
One was in a state championship.
Right.
And then this regional final.
The regional final this last
them rascals. Not tornadoes. I'm talking about Cocoa. Shouldn't even been there.
Yeah. So, anyway, Byron explained that a little bit, that Cocoa, should not even be in our class. And we'll get into that here in a minute because I want to pick Byron's brain after say this. So that is my sentiments on why I think Coach Rodgers went back. Look, in today's day, it's about bettering yourself, betterment for your family. Look, man, if Byron told me today, David, I got a better offer to go to do whatever it is. And, he come to me and said, boy, I'd really like to stay with you. And I say, Byron, I cannot match that salary. I'm not going to be mad with Byron for bettering himself and taking another job. Will he be missed? And will I hate it?
Lord,
absolutely, I would. You know what I'm saying? You would too. And that's just the way it is. So, look, I have no issues with that. Like Byron said that perfectly. I'm not even going to go over that again. Look, we appreciate what Coach Jamie Rodgers did here. He was a winner. I don't think anybody should have any ill feelings with him. I hope not, because he did the job. He set this program that to another level, to another bar, not only in this region, in the state, in the Southeast, and nationally. You remember we were ranked 60-something 2 years ago when we went to that stuff. Remember, we were ranked in the nationally in the 60s out of 28,500 high schools in the whole United States of America.
Yeah.
And Little Bradford County, Class 2A, Little Bradford County was ranked 63rd or 4th, I think, Byron, if you can remember exactly what it was. But anyway, man, this program was reaching new heights this year. I don't know, with the new coach coming in, and we'll get to that here in a minute. I don't know what's going to happen, but he was talking about, man, playing teams from out of this area because he couldn't fill the schedule.
Couldn't get anybody to play.
He was talking about playing teams out of Georgia, a team out of Texas, Pascagoula, Mississippi, my old school. We were talking about getting all these, schools and making this schedule up because Bradford is on that level now. Bradford can play with these guys. Some. Now, do I want to play IMG and St. Thomas Aquinas?
You can keep the IMG.
Modern Day High School, Buford, Georgia, the mythical national champions? No. Cassandra Reed, that's on here right now, went to a school in North Carolina that wins state titles every year. I want to say, Cassandra, if you're still on here, I think that team has won 13 or 14 state titles in a row. I don't, we don't want to play those type of guys.
Well, that depends on what. That depends on honestly what class
they're in.
Because if they're in a smaller class and they've done that, then the answer would be yeah, why not?
Yeah, and that's exactly right. Billy Rayberg, we're not dancing around. If you'll pay, if you'll give us a second, we're going to get to that. I'm trying to give everybody 23 of them. See, so that's
good grief.
Yeah, that's my blood pressure going up over here. So the suspense is killing Billy. Billy, be patient.
Grief.
Be patient. Look, I'll just get to it because it's killing everybody. I don't know who the coach is. Nobody knows who the coach is.
No, we don't.
And that's just the honest bottom line to it. If I knew and I was told to hold it until the public announcement came out, I would. But Gizmo needs to make a guest appearance. Yes, he does. I think I'll bring Gizmo one day, Kevin. Look, I've heard some inner chatter. Some people that's in the know. Byron hit on it a little bit. There's two names out there. One of y'all already know one of the names, and he left a school that he went 104-22 over 10 years in the football program. He went to 6 state championships. He was 3-3, won 3, lost 3. And he's also a girls basketball coach that he's led to 4 state appearances and won 2 of them. And he's an ex-Gator, played in the NFL before injuries got to him. His record speaks for himself. All his credentials speaks for himself. And the coach that I would want to see here, and I think all y'all want to see here, Reidsville. Yeah, that's it. Reidsville, North Carolina. Is Cornelius Ingram. That's the name that we've been hearing. If you tie everything into what we're saying, it makes sense. Now, and I want to say one more thing before I give it to you. Now, I've heard that the University of Florida, where he went to, may be trying to work something with him. And if it is, I'm okay with that too. Look, you want to get up to that next level. I've heard that maybe he can be an assistant coach or something, or a position coach at UF. That is one of the things that I've heard. The second thing that I've heard is the Villages is needing a coach too. And they have been wanting to throw the kitchen sink at him anyway. And the Villages, as y'all all know, has this. Lots of this. They can drain it everywhere. So that was the other one that I've heard. So I do know this, that an announcement should probably be made by the end of this week. And I hope that it is Cornelius Ingram. The other name that I've heard out there is also Ernest Graham, another ex-Florida Gator that coached and turned the Santa Fe Raider program. Byron, correct me if I'm wrong. You can tell everybody that was in the dumps. They were 1-9 and 2-8, and they were just dismal the 4 years that we have been covering football, and they was just as bad before. Why do you think the Kaysen boys transferred over here? And some of the others that came from over there that's been on our football team. And that's because that program was bad and they didn't have a coach there that could energize the program. Well, guess what? They brought somebody in there that could, and he has. And that's another name that has been mentioned out there too. So the other one that they did go and try to get, but I'm telling you, he's not going to come here. Me and Byron talked about this a little bit, is Larry Shannon. The problem with Larry Shannon is that he's a coach at Venice High School, 618, that is always in the playoffs, always up to playing for state championships. I think they reached out to him, and I think he declined the offer.
Yeah, so, I think we talked a little bit about that too. I think that has a lot to do with his wife and his kids.
It does.
His wife's from that area.
Yes.
And look, Larry Shannon, in case you don't know who that is, went to school here, was a wide receiver here, went to the NFL also, and played wide receiver for 6 years, 5 years, something like that.
Played with the Dolphins and the Raiders.
Played with the Dolphins and the Raiders in the NFL. Yeah. Ernest Graham also, by the way. Ernest Graham was a heck of a running back in the NFL too.
Tampa Bay had them loaded there, didn't they? Oh my gosh!
That group of people that you're talking about, it has a lot of experience, David. And any of them would be a great acquisition for Bradford County.
Yeah,
I will tell you, I know, and he probably doesn't even remember this, but I actually taught Cornelius Ingram when he was going to high school in Hawthorne.
Right.
And he was a great guy. He just was a great kid. I mean, his personality was great. He was kind. He was a great football player too. By the way, he played quarterback in high school.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was. That would be a great hire. But we're going to have to wait to see, because it may not be any of those people. Larry Shannon's not coming. Right. I knew when we started throwing that name around, Larry Shannon's not leaving where he is, because it would make no sense for him to do that unless he just wants to come home.
Right.
So, but those other two players, those two coaches may not happen, and they may have somebody else that we have no clue about. But those are the two names that are being thrown around.
Yeah. There is a third name that I will tell you, and that is one of the assistant coaches from Buchholz. I've heard that name, and I can't think of the guy's name right now at this point. I've heard that his name has been thrown in the hat. And let me throw another ringer for you. And I think Byron knows this. The coach from Cocoa is no longer there. So I've heard through the grapevine Again, this is all grapevine that he may want to come here. But I think, or may be interested in the job. I think, Byron, just from what I know and again, this is not solidified. This is only speculation for myself and Byron, and what I know and what I feel and think is that I think whoever it is it's a done deal. I think it's already tied in. I think they just waiting to make the announcement. FHSA, like Byron says, has got a rule where you have to wait so many days to make the announcement. So I think that is where that's going. I would love to hear from you guys. Billy, I know that you were just answering at the bit. Do you have any other names? Does anybody else have any other names out there? I'll be more than glad to entertain them and tell you what I think. But that's what I think right now.
And if I hear Tim Tebow, I'm throwing something.
Now, I will say this, though. And that is, I feel, just my feeling, and Byron, you can back me up, or if you want, I think they need to do something pretty quickly.
Yes, they do.
And that is one thing that I'll say. I heard that coach used to coach here one time, his coach. Yes, that's another name that that I've heard as well, Coach Derek Chipoletti. Yes. Oh, man. So, okay. I want to throw something out to you guys. Let me get your guys' opinion on this, and I'll get Byron's opinion on it as well. Look, if you and all these coaches that I've heard Roland Cummings. You talked about Coach Cummings.
That would be the name from the past that if you were going to bring back a coach, I would recommend. But that's me.
He had a great winning percentage. Look, it goes Coach Jamie Rodgers, it goes Coach Roland Cummings, and then Coach David Hurts. That is the three winningest coaches here in Bradford County history. Now, look, you got a program that you've got a lot of talented young players that are coming back. You've got a JV squad that was number one in this whole region as far as rankings go, power rankings. When they ranked them, we were ahead of Mandarin's JV squad, believe it or not. We were number one in this area, went undefeated. You've got a middle school team that won the SMAC championship that was undefeated as well. Some great players on there that's going to come up to the JV squad. And you've got a young man there by the name of Rafe the Viking Cubbage. That Byron gave him that name, the Viking Cubbage. That's probably going to start on the varsity squad. And you need to keep this nucleus of players here along. And look, we're in the era of NIL and the transfer portal. Okay. Mainly with college, but it's filtering down to the high school level. Me and Byron has talked about this many a times.
With the way the schools are, they can leave and go wherever they want to, because they have family there.
Yeah, and honestly, don't even have to have family. Yeah, if you can find somebody to live with, you can go to wherever. I've heard some boys wanting to go to the villages. I think maybe, and I'll double make sure of this, but I think Ian Addison, the great running back, his brother Gino played over at Middleburg. I want to say Ian is transferring or has transferred to Middleburg. So,
or is it Fleming Island?
No, Middleburg.
He went to Middleburg.
He went to Middleburg. So, look, you're going to start losing coaching staff. You're going to start losing players, or at least talk of losing players. So, I think that the Tornadoes. Yes, that was the other name, Gus Scott. Yeah. So
I'm not sure I know who
Gus Scott is a former Gator as well. And I believe, Cletus, tell me if I'm wrong here. Is he the one that's coaching over at Buchholz? Is he the one at Buchholz? Because I have heard that name as well. But I honestly think that this is, I think whoever it is pretty much solidified unless something comes that we're not sure about. In other words, a splash hire. And it really needs to be a splash hire. So yes, Lisa, somebody knows. It's just not us.
They're not. They're holding us really close to the vest. They haven't told either one of us what's going on with this.
I've talked to some higher ups that are boosters, some big time boosters, and y'all know probably who I'm talking about. Players that may play from 2 different schools in the same season. Yeah. Then that's the thing. That's but I think you got to transfer. But we'll get into that a little bit. But that man. They don't even know. We've talked on the phone. We've messaged. Nobody knows. I think the 3 people that know is Samson Jackson. Okay, he's at Trinity Christian. Okay. Yes, I know that name, and I've heard that name. Cliff told me that name, and I recognize that name. But I think it needs to be a splash hire, and I think it needs to be soon, because if not, as Tom referred to and everybody else referred to, young men are going to start transferring out of here, or they're going to look at options to go to somewhere else.
The one saving grace from that is whoever this is bringing players.
Correct.
That is going to happen.
Yeah,
whoever this is bringing players.
So somebody asked me this question, and yes, and Cletus, you're right, and Tom Bailey's right. He was a coach at Trinity Christian. I do know this, that it needs to be a splash hire. It needs to be done right away, and that we really don't want to lose any of the young men that we've got. I think with the record that you have right here, and Coach Jamie Rodgers leaving this program in really good condition right now. It's at the top of its peak. It's at the top of its level. Can it get better? Absolutely, it can. What's better? Of course, winning a state championship. Been there, lost it. Look, it happens. We've been to state semifinals. We've been to regional finals. So the next step for Bradford, Byron, would be to win in a state championship. But to do that, you've got to keep the quality of players that you have here in-house, develop these guys, keep doing what you're doing, and let's move forward.
I will say one thing about all of this. I would not have gone out of this staff to hire the staff that was here this last year to hire my head coach. David and I have talked about this. You have a coach that was here that had one of the best defenses, not only in the state of Florida, but the best defenses in pretty much in the Southeast area on this team that he was a coordinator for. And he's no longer going to be here. And I really think that was a mistake, because David May was one heck of a defensive coordinator, and I thought would be a good head coach, but apparently some other people didn't think so.
Well, and look, David May has a rapport with the players.
Yes, he does.
He has a very good rapport with the players. Every time that I've seen him and been around him, all the young men were around him. He's got a very good rapport with the players. I do know that there has been a job offer for him to go to Lake City, Columbia. I think he's probably going to be the offensive line coach and the game day coordinator. And somebody just asked me this. Yes, Coach John Staples, his son, the other Staples, and Tyler Stevens went with Coach Jamie Rodgers. So until they separate private and public schools, a state title will be virtually impossible. Yeah, are you talking about here at Bradford? Or are you talking just for the smaller schools, to even include Baker County? Because, yes, you are a class above us. Y'all are still in Class 3A. We're in Class 2A. I think he's meaning as anything is David May from Baker County.
I don't know where he's from.
I don't know where he's from. He does, right down the road from Byron's mama's house. So he does live in Stark. So, he was good. Again, I don't know what happened there on the inside there, and why the phone call was not made. But look, it is what it is. We just need to get somebody in place because, we need to get them into the weight room, need to start getting them conditioned. If you want them to weight lift or whatever, we need to get that program rolling. And if we don't get the right guy, many of these players will follow Jamie to Baker ahead to Union.
Absolutely.
And why Union? I'm glad he said that. Do you know who's back at Union? Robbie Pruitt. Robbie Pruitt's a proven winner everywhere he's went. I could give you accolades upon accolades about that guy. The only thing right now with that, Jeff, is they're playing in the SSA right now. I don't know if he's going to petition to move up into the rural or Class 1A, but that's not a FHSA state-sanctioned title. It's for schools that aren't in the FHSA. They do play, and they do declare a state champion. It's just not. What am I trying to say? It's not recognized by the FHSA. I'll just put it that way. So,
my feelings on that. I'm going to say whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. So, he'll get that program back up, and you're absolutely right. But I think if you get a splash hire in here, and even Byron has said it, Dave said it, we've all talked about it, I think that you can keep these kids here. I think the kids that are homegrown here, Byron, that really want to be here is going to stay here.
Absolutely.
It's the transfer students that's come in that may dissipate and go other places. So
there are multiple players on the defensive line that we need to keep.
Absolutely.
And that offensive line that we had had one senior on it last year. We literally had to either bring somebody up to play that spot or find somebody to come from somewhere else to fill their spot.
Right.
We have a quarterback that I honestly believe towards the end of his senior year, he is either going to be a 4 or 5-star recruit going to some major college. I don't think for a second Cy Cubbage is going anywhere because he has Bradford roots. But you have to keep these people. You really have to keep these kids. You don't want them going anywhere, and that's one of the reasons why I just don't quite understand why you didn't seriously look at David May. He would have taken the job. He said as much.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. And I'm not sure if David May's on the show or not. I don't see everybody that's on there. I know we've got right over a little over 20 people live here right now. So I don't know who's on or who's not. But look, he's mentioned it to me. He would have taken the job. He would have loved to have had a call. I don't know if that call was made or not. I'm hearing not. So look, for whatever reasons, it is what it is, but we need to start moving forward. I know we're right in the middle of basketball season. The boys basketball team is doing really well. The girls team is doing pretty well as well. So I know the focus right now is on basketball and trying to move forward that, but we need to solidify and get this football program moving in the right direction. I would love to hear from you guys. We can see all your comments. Is there any other names? Is there a name that we didn't name that you would like to see come here? I've heard several other names. I don't know if they would come here or not. But
who are you here?
So, well, besides the names that were there, there's a couple of coaches out of Georgia that I don't know much about. There's a guy that's coaching at
You talking about Valdosta?
No, not Valdosta or Lowndes.
That's Lowndes.
There's an assistant coach at Thomas Central County. They are a state champion. Do you plan to talk about it? Yes, we will get into that in just a little bit, Shirley. Yes, absolutely. I don't know. I've said what I think is going to happen, Byron, unless you or Dave want to add something to that, or unless somebody else wants to add something to that. I think we've given all the information that we can and that we know. I wish I had more for you guys. I wish I could tell you that it's blank, 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 but I can't.
I give you my gut feeling on it, but I mean that's just a gut feeling. I have a hard time believing Cornelius Ingram is going to come to Bradford County over going to the University of Florida. If what's happening, you're hearing is what's really happening, I don't see that happening. But there's a lot of people saying it's going to be him.
Yeah.
So I just have a hard time believing that he's gonna come to a high school over his college.
Kenny Miracle, some really good coaches available. Ingram would be the best. I agree. Cassandra, I'm sorry. I wish I had more. I wish I could tell you that I knew exactly what the hire is right now, because I would definitely spill the beans right here. There's no doubt about it. We talked about it before the show started, and we knew this question was going to be asked, and we knew that this was going to be some big news. We didn't get a chance to get to it last week. We really wanted to get into it some, but again, if I knew, I would definitely let you guys know. And if I was swore to secrecy, I still wouldn't let you know, because I've been swore
to secrecy.
Yeah. But look, man, I don't know. Even if I knew, like I said, I still wouldn't say, but I don't know. That's just the honest truth, being transparent.
Well, I mean, you look at it, honestly, David, it could be somebody that we haven't even talked about that's won state title somewhere, or maybe not even won state titles, just had really good football programs over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and made it deep into the playoffs every year. That's been somewhere for a long time, and just decided it was time for a change of scenery. And Bradford got the knowledge of this, and they could show up and everybody would be like, where is this person from? And it's some school that nobody's ever heard of from down south that has a winning record, but can't get past people like Thomas Aquinas and Miami Central and IMG and all of those powerhouse schools down there. And all of a sudden he comes here and turns Bradford basically into a state champion.
Yeah.
I mean, that's possible. You talk about not being able to do it until you win a state champion, until they get rid of all these private schools. If you look at what happened this last year and the year before, the only school that stood in our way is Cocoa.
That's it.
And Cocoa's not a private school.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Well, they've reclassified that now. And not only is Cocoa still there, now they've added Hollywood, Chaminade, Madonna. All y'all know that. Did you know that? To Class 2A.
Hollywood, Chaminade.
Hollywood, Chaminade, Madonna, that played for the state championship and somehow got beat. They're in our class now.
Oh, my God. How do you do that, David?
Cardinal Mooney's in our class. Sarasota's still in our class. Coco's still in our class. Bowles is still in our class. This Class 2A, and I've told Byron this, is the toughest division in the state of Florida. Look, I know there's some good schools and some tough schools in Class 6A and 5A, but let me tell you, man, as far as pound for pound and ranking schools, Class 2A, Byron, to me, bar none, is the toughest division or the toughest classification to win a state championship with.
How'd you put Chaminade in there, and it's going to be the toughest because that team beats people like Aquinas and Central. I don't know about IMG, but
they beat a lot of those Miami schools down there. I mean, come on, they play them all the time. You see them on TV. They're nationally ranked all the time. They play nationally ranked schedule. So, when the first week or 2 weeks of high school football start, ESPN has an ESPN High School Football Classic. They play these games. And it's from different teams. Some of the best teams out of Texas, some of the best teams out of California, Ohio, Georgia, Florida. And Hollywood Chaminade plays all these guys.
Has played
there. Yeah, that's right.
That's just, David, that's unbelievable to me. How can you never mind. We need a different.
They play Kenny, and I'll answer your question there. I'll read your comment, but I'd like to know what people think over in Baker County. I know you're a big booster over in Baker County, and you follow Baker County football. I'd like to know what people think about the homecoming of Coach Rodgers and what they're looking. what they're looking to do over there. I'm sure it's all good. But he said Cocoa may not be private, but the pool they pull from is elite. Yeah. Do you know why that is? Because that Space Coast, that Space Coast area has got money, and there's a lot of high schools down there. They go as far up to Daytona to get players to bring them down to play for Cocoa, i.e., a quarterback that was there 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that's playing now at Texas A&M. I think he got in the transfer portal and is playing at Texas A&M, and I can't think of the young man's name. Do you remember it? But anyway, yeah, he was from Daytona mainland and went down to Cocoa and played at Cocoa.
Won state championship.
Sure did. Yeah, beat us to get there. Remember that?
I think it was twice.
Brady Hart. Brady Hart.
It was only once.
No, was it Brady Hart?
Brady Hart only did that one time, and I think you're right. I think it was Brady Hart.
Yeah, Brady Hart.
Because he transferred in as a senior.
Billy, I heard the same thing, but I don't think they can get out of it now unless there's a petition to the FHSA before the season starts. He said, I heard a rumor that we may get out of the FHSA and go to a different conference that we can compete better in. Well, Billy, there's only one other conference that we can go to, and that's exactly what Union County is in now, and that's the SSA. So, I don't think so.
David, I would not have an issue with that.
I don't have an issue with it.
How I feel about the FHSAA and all of that crap that goes along with that nonsense that they do.
Right.
Will Bradford play against Rodgers and his team next year?
Great question. And that's why I wanted Kenny Miracle to see what he's heard or said. Fort White also. Yeah, well, they won it. They won this year's SSA. So they got the quote unquote state championship in that. Absolutely. Yes. So only if Jamie and whoever the new coach is decides to keep that rivalry game going. And David and Byron, I don't know why they wouldn't. I hope that the rivalry still continues.
Great football game. That would be a great football game.
Yeah, absolutely it would be. So I hope that rivalry continues and that we keep playing that. They're 3A, we're 2A. Now, will it affect the playoffs? No, it won't affect the playoffs. But that rivalry, like Byron said, when Byron was going to school here, when some of these people that are on here was going to school, they've always played Baker.
There was 3 teams, Baker County, Union County, and Palatka.
What's the difference between 2A and 3A?
Number of students. Number of students in the school. That's it.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I like to hear that. He said, you can bet there's no interest in dropping Bradford.
I guarantee you there's no interest in it because we beat them how many times in a row?
Yeah. Well, six. But, you know, these rivalries go in spurts. You know, how long was it that we beat them for so many years? Joey Fennell was telling me, and Billy Rayburn was telling me. You were telling me.
And then all of a sudden, they just started whipping our rear end, and it
11 or 12 seasons.
11, I think it was like 11 or 12 straight seasons. They beat Bradford.
And then here we are. We're on a roll again. So yeah, and I'm glad to hear that because I think that rivalry still needs to exist. It needs to stay. And I hope it does. I hope scheduling doesn't become a conflict with that because it really would be so. Oh, this is coming from the
Chris Coffey is saying that they dropped us week 1.
They've already notified us they dropped us week 1. So Chris, does that mean that we won't play them at all or just for week 1? So we're working to make sure they stay on the schedule. I hope so, man. I really hope so. That's news.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Chris.
Yeah, there's the statistics right there.
Go ahead and read that, Byron.
29 years in a row until 1981. I believe they won the first game in almost 30 years against Bradford.
So, and then they went on a run, and you know
they
we went on a
for
run
years.
Yeah.
After that, but you know, look, that's a great rivalry game. It shouldn't go away. That's like Union County. Why has Union County gone away? It makes no sense because there is a rivalry between Bradford and Union County. There always has been. There always will be. It needs to come back. Those were great football games, and I can tell you, we really didn't like each other. Just like felt like Baker County. Really didn't like Baker County either. I mean, it's one of those things. It's close proximity. We're going to take. I mean, they were great rivalries.
Absolutely.
Palatka, I could care less. They can leave Palatka completely off of it after the experience I had when I was in high school at that stadium. I'd rather not go there. Period.
Hey, Chris, since you're on. Everybody's wanting to sort of know what's going on. I know you're in the know. I know he's not. But is there anything that you can tell us without really telling us if you're not allowed to say? I know everybody's answering at the bit. They thought I was going to have some news, and I guess I disappointed them. Me and Byron disappointed them a little bit. But we were stating the truth. We don't know.
Chris, can you say whether you've got somebody hired?
Yes, there you go.
That would probably make some people feel much better.
Yeah, if you're still on, Chris, that would be greatly appreciated if you can maybe give us a little bit of insight on that. What's up? Just finished our podcast with ARCA Series driver Taylor Raymer. Love when y'all talk about sports. So Mitchell loves when we talk about sports. Absolutely. We've got some other things to get into as well. So I'm glad that it needs to come back. We have played them for so many years, and that made it exciting.
Union County. She's talking about Union County.
Yeah, Mama used to go to those games.
Yeah.
I mean, she's young, but you know what I'm saying. I don't want her to kill me because I love all the food.
You're trying to get me
the tornadoes. Okay. All right. So without Chris, man, I love you. And boy, that's a heck of an answer right there. That is the best political answer.
That is a politician
answer. Thank you.
You learned your lesson well. Yes, you have.
Yes, you have.
It's going to be fine.
The tornadoes will be just fine. He's got to be in the tornadoes. Chris. That is something. Boy, that's a true.
That's a Gordon Smith answer is what that is.
Yes, it is. Depending on how cold weather sets up, folks in Pascagoula, Mississippi need to keep tabs on weather. Pipes bursting, cold Sunday night possible. Yeah, I'm sure that it's going to we're going through a cold spell right now. So I'm sure if you want to put up the weather report, Austin, be more than glad for you to paste it right here and people can read it.
I'm not 100%.
Oh, look at Cassandra Reed. Shirley, we don't discuss our age.
Hold on. I am almost 100% certain that my mother remembers when Bradford County and Union County split.
Oh, absolutely.
Split. No, I'm talking about
split in half. Yeah, split in half.
Yeah, I love you, Bob.
Cassandra Reed. That was a great answer, wasn't it? Chris Coffee, man, just nailed it right on the head, didn't he? He ain't even saying no names or nothing. He just says Bradford's going to be just fine. And we're going to leave it at that, right? So, yeah. Yes, we have always had a rivalry between us, Bradford and Baker, and Union counties. Absolutely. There's always been those rivals, and it's going to continue. And I guarantee you, Union will be back on the schedule somewhere down the line.
I hope so.
I hope so too, and I think Pruitt would like that. There's no doubt about that. So, absolutely. I want to close this segment off. Do you? By the way, Chris, thanks for that answer. I see that you're coming back with no more comments.
It's okay, Chris.
Yeah, we understand, man. Because we don't know either.
The fan base probably is not.
They're chomping at the bit.
You have to You have to understand. He can't say. He probably can't.
He
can't legally say anything.
Yeah,
because it has to wait.
Yeah, it has a certain amount of days or time period for him to be able to say.
So, look, Bradford's going. You're right. He's right. Bradford is going to
absolutely.
So we're going to get a good coach, one way or the other. It doesn't matter who they get because of what it's become we're going to get a good coach coming from a place that can bring good players here to fill holes that we're going to have because we've lost players. That's going to happen. Bradford will be fine.
Absolutely. Dave, did you want to add anything?
Oh, no, you guys covered it.
All right. Well, we're at 8:30 local. My goodness, we really went on. Byron, let's, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers. I hope we answered your tornado questions. I know that was the big topic. We knew it. We've been hearing it. I know you've gotten hit on Messenger and people asking you about it. I know you have as well. I've had hundreds and hundreds of them ask me. I think they thought that we was going to probably announce on this show why so many people were interested. And Cassandra, I'm not sure what the big news is or where you've seen that, but if you've seen it off my page, I think it's something else that we're going to be talking about here that I'm going to have to put a halt on. But before we do that, I'll get into all the local happenings toward the end. Byron, I know your mother wanted to talk about this this detention center. Do you want to get into something before we did that?
Two things real quick.
Okay.
Indiana is going to end up being a legacy team.
Yes.
That's a really, really good football team that won that game last night with an unbelievable drive with players that were 2 and 3 stars instead of 4 and 5 stars. That is a testament to that coach.
Yes.
He is unbelievably good, and that team is going to remain unbelievably good, even though they're losing one of the best college quarterbacks in the last 20 years. That kid is unbelievable.
Absolutely, Byron. And while you hit on that, let me just hit on a couple of things here. I did want to talk about that. Me and Byron was texting. Me and Shirley was texting. We were all texting on that game. Man, it was exciting. I want to say, again, I'm not a fan of either one. So, but look, and Byron's got his. I'm not a fan of either one, but I know football. Byron knows football. People that are on here know football. I'm going to tell you that was 2 great football teams last night, playing their hearts out. Congratulations to Miami for putting up a great fight. To me, I thought it was going to get out of hand in the second half. Miami went in there, regrouped, and come out there and made it a dogfight, as Byron said.
That defense was real. I said that to begin with, David. That defense is for real.
Bain and Mesidor are going to be top 20 picks in this year's NFL draft. I can assure you they're going to make big dollars somewhere. If you've seen for Mendoza's arm, after the game when he was doing the interview and he showed it, it was bruised all the way up, back behind the elbow. And he said that was the most ferocious defense that he has played against in the last couple of years. And he said that they hit as hard as anybody. And I believe it. I could see it last night.
Sure.
That was a great football game. And honestly, and Byron maybe to look at it a little different. To me, Indiana made one more play than Miami did. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. When you look at that score, it was 27-21. And we could look at different things where it could have been a little different. But Byron, they still had a chance to win it. They had to use their timeouts, but they got the kickoff. They drove the football down the field. If that Indiana Sharp doesn't make that interception, that game could go another way, and we could be talking as the U, not allowed to put it that way, as being national champions. But hey, good teams rise up when they're supposed to. National caliber teams rise up when they're supposed to. And Coach Kurt Signetti and that staff knows how these players play. He knows what he's got. Like I said, no 5 stars. Very few 4 stars, right? Does he even have any of those either?
There's a couple of 4-star players. There weren't many.
So
I will tell you this: the people can say what they want to. That defense that they had to have been top 5.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, they had to have been top 5, and that offense is just with Mendoza. That kid's special. He is just special.
Mitchell, I'll agree with you, but I thought it was on the other side too. I thought there was a couple of late hits from that end as well. And I'm assuming when you say and playing dirty, late hits, things like that, me and Byron thought the game was horribly officiated.
Both ways.
I thought that there was holding that should have been called several times. I thought that there was pass interference penalties that should have been called. Holding on the receivers should have been called, and it was not called. So, look, they let them play, and this is the result that you get when you let those kind of teams play like that, especially two teams like Byron said that has defenses like they have. To me, Indiana made just one more play than Miami did to win the football game. I know they outstatted them, and I was going to read just some stats as far as yardage go. So if you didn't watch the ball game last night or didn't see some of the highlights, Indiana had 20 first downs. Miami had 15. Passing for first downs, Indiana had 11. Miami had 9. Rushing first downs, Indiana had 7. Miami had 5. Penalties for first downs, Indiana got 2 of those. Miami got 1. Third down efficiency, Byron, you could read some of that while I'm
6 of 16 and for Indiana and 3 of 11 for Miami.
Yeah.
Completion attempts 19 of 32 for Miami and Carson Beck, and 16 of 27 for Mendoza. 7 yards lost to sacks from Miami and 23 yards lost for Indiana. 1 interception thrown from Miami. Miami had 110 rushing yards, and Indiana had 131.
Yeah, let me try to get there to you.
Yeah. Rush attempts, 21 attempts for Miami and 45 for Indiana, and that tells me a whole lot about what Indiana wanted to do there.
Yes,
and they were just. It was a good football game. I just wished it had been called a little bit differently from both ways, because some of that stuff.
Yeah.
The muggings that the wide receivers were getting and receiving, it was unbelievable to me. I mean, they were getting mugged.
Yeah, they were, and just not mugged. They were. What did you say? You've seen less muggings in New York City than what was happening on that football field?
Yeah, that's not what I said, but yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah. So, but look, at the end of the day, it was a good football game. Indiana as national champions written all over it. They're probably going to make a movie out of it. I'm sure they were the losingest program in FBS history, and in 2 years they have turned that around and made them a national contender. You've seen it last night as they won the national championship, like I said, 27-21. Really good football game. Shirley said, I didn't like the way Miami acted after the game. Yeah, not shaking hands and all that. Carson Beck walked off. How about the punch thrown by what's his name, the running back there that I really liked?
There was something.
Did he say something about his dad?
Thomas, there was something that went on with that, because they took him back in the locker room, and he actually come back.
Yeah,
and congratulated Mendoza.
Yeah,
which was classy. But there was something said or something done. There was some sort of beef, maybe from during the game or something between those two, because that guy, I've never seen that particular running back do anything like that. Miami, and I don't like Miami. I'd be the first person that's going, yep, thug, acting like a thug did all year is what I would say. But I've never seen that guy act anywhere.
I don't know. Somebody said that was close to it there, that he said something about his dad. If he did, man, hey, look, I just played a hard-fought football game. Y'all beat us. Look, my dad is passed away
this year.
And
the day before a football game.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah. So, look, man, I'd be mad too. I really would. What I swung, I don't know. That's the heat of the moment thing. So I don't know. But anyway, well played football game. National champions. They're going to be back too. Don't think this is just a one and done. As long as Signetti's the man there.
Oh, Indiana. I thought you were talking about Miami.
No.
Miami's done after Mesidor and Bain are gone.
They still got some young talent, but I don't know if this run is made again. All the sports writers says it is. Okay, well, we'll see. It's still to be seen. But there's a lot of good football teams out there. A lot of people that did really good in the transfer portal.
Well, yeah.
So we'll see. But Indiana, is there to stay. I can assure you.
Indiana's not going anywhere.
No.
They may not win national titles every
No.
year, but they're going to be in the top 10. That's going to be a good program for a long time because of Signetti.
Lisa, you're right.
I wanted to talk about a little bit about that, but I also wanted to talk a little bit about something else that we should have talked about last week a little bit, but I couldn't be here and we couldn't get the internet basically to
correct. Yeah, we just had a problem with it. Yeah.
I am so proud of what Jacksonville Jaguars did this year.
Yeah.
That football team is coming back next year, and they are going to be even better. It'll be the second year under this system. There will be more understanding. I don't think many of these players are going to go anywhere, and that team is going to be really, really, really special when Travis Hunter comes back and they add a couple more pieces on in their defensive secondary. That look out, not just in the AFC South, the AFC period. Look out next year. Good football team, really, really good football team.
All right, you want to lead into the detention center, Byron? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
The county commission approved an ICE detention center.
Right.
That it's in one of the old buildings that is basically right across from Walmart, and next to the USA Vegetables building.
Yeah.
There's been a bunch of uproar about that. Look, they're going to look into this. They don't know if this is actually going to happen or not, but that's up to the federal government. But if it does, you have to understand something. A lot of people are going to look at this and go, I don't know if I want them there. Well, if the federal government comes in, they're not getting out of that detention center. That's not going to happen. So, I mean, would I have rather it been somewhere like New River or Camp Blanding? Yes, I would rather it be there. But you just
well, what I think a lot of people are mad about, Byron, is, and you're right. Look, going back to the tax assessment, a lot of people was like, man, we didn't hear about this until the last minute.
And they should be mad about that too, because these commissioners, they need to hear it from the community again about that, because that was crap again.
So, and then it carries over to now, with this happening and the citizens of Bradford County really didn't get, I guess, forewarned, is what I'm hearing and seeing all over Facebook and some of the other sites that that I don't look at too much. But and what I've heard some people tell me is, why didn't these this announcement was made? I can't answer that. Hey there, Renee, how you doing? I'm glad that you're on with us. Yes. It's got started a little bit late, but thank you for joining us. Renee's one of my old schoolmates from Pascagoula, Mississippi. But go ahead, B.
Yeah, I just we need to hold off with all the anger and all this craziness, with the exception of the fact that they didn't tell what was going on,
right?
Until they sprung that on us, because the federal government can easily look at Bradford County and go, no. Why would we spend all of that money doing that right there when we can go to basically a prison that's been there for years and not spend as much money and house those people there? And if the federal government has any sense, that's exactly what they do. But that's another story completely and entirely about the federal government having any sense.
Yeah, don't we have empty prisons?
Well, and
out here near the Florida State Prison.
Well, New River is empty out there. And there, I think, to me, it's pretty much set up. You may have to. Okay, did you dye yours recently? Because did I let you dye yours recently, Renee?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Both of us were walking.
With my mom. Yeah, exactly right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that makes sense. But why wouldn't they, Mitchell? Look, man, it's already set up for it. It's away from everybody and everything that is closer than what this building is. Why wouldn't they do it? It'd be easier access to get in. You may have to make some modifications to it. You're going to get federal government money out of it. Why wouldn't you put it there? Now, again, I don't know if now I'm speaking for all the residents of Bradford County, but Byron, I don't know if Bradford wants this at all. But I think the main issue is, or there's two issues. One is what you said, they wasn't notified of the meeting. And I think when they went in there, it was sort of like the fire assessment. I think, again, I'm not speaking for the county commissioners, just what I'm reading from the outside in. I think they had already had their minds made up on what they was going to vote for. They voted to bring it in. So that's one of the things. And I think, too, is location.
So that kind of makes sense. Look, I'm going to tell you the honest truth, and I really do mean this.
Can you go back up a minute?
When the state of Florida decided, in the federal government was talking about putting that out at Camp Blanding, and people started having fits. Look, that was the perfect place. Because you already got it fenced in, and you have a ton of military people there. It would not have taken much development to mess around with those old barracks and much fence to do to get that place to where if they did get out, guess what they had to go through? Military personnel to get outside of Camp Blanding, which made more sense than any of this mess to me. But that's people go far overboard and with the silliness. So it just is what it is. With that, I still shake my head about that Camp Blanding thing. Y'all, that's about a bunch of idiocy.
No. Hey, you remember how I used to die, Renee? I don't anymore. Dave and all these guys and everybody I know just told me let it go gray. So I'm just letting it go gray. It is what it is. But yeah, I've never really seen you with gray hair, Renee. Every picture that I've seen. But hey, look, if I had some stock in that hair coloring company that she has, I would. Man, here I am starting to pot, ain't I? I'm getting her riled up. Here we go.
Stir it with you.
Okay.
I don't know.
I love Renee though.
I don't know either one of these guys.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Shirley said it was just that the people really didn't know about either of these issues until it was basically, and that's what I said, Shirley. Absolutely, and I think that's what you're more upset with than anything. Again, we didn't know about the fire tax assessment, Dave, until we got the call. Remember, and said, "Hey, are you going to be there streaming that live?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Oh, they're talking about the fire assessment tonight.
That fire assessment bothers me so much more than this detention center ever possibly could.
Yeah.
Because they left themselves an open cap to increase it as much as they want to.
Well, and that's what, we talked about that the other day, me, you, your mother, and everybody, and that's exactly right. So, don't be surprised next year that there's a raise up on that tax. I'm sure there's going to be.
Oh, well, yeah. When you start driving people out of their homes, you best be careful because this is a small county.
Yes, it is.
Not being ugly.
No, absolutely not.
But you best be careful.
Can you throw down a little bit more on those comments, Sam?
Or I react.
You want to?
So down, going down.
Their property.
It's there. If you knew my kids, you'd understand. Well, I know one of your daughters. She was very nice.
So they need to make her correctional. You're absolutely right.
So, let's see. Go back to Lisa's comment. Did you read that one, Byron?
Yeah.
Okay. So. No. Hey, Anthony, how you doing, man? Glad that you can join us. Go down a little bit, Dave.
Why? What does it matter whether it's insulated or not, Billy?
So
I could care less.
All right. Let's see. People would not be able to use Camp Blanding recreational area for camping and swimming. It's a big money maker for them during the summer and around the holidays.
I don't know why not. If you put that somewhere right around the other side, around
the back,
the back side around Impact somewhere.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Mitchell. But look, and again, if we're talking,
I know exactly where they need to put it.
I do too. So, but anyway, the dollars. I know they're looking at the federal monies and everything here. And I think what you're saying, Mitchell, is what outweighs what. I know that the recreational part of this makes big dollars. I get it and understand. I know people pay big dollars for that. But what would outweigh more, the federal monies that's coming in for that detention center, or the monies that they make from the recreational area?
I think I think part of the problem with that is they want to completely close down Kingsley Lake, and they can't completely close down Kingsley Lake because of the private ownership of half the lake.
Correct.
I mean,
correct.
And the federal government's not going to come in and pay that market value.
No,
I can tell you
that.
No. And most of the people that are on it wouldn't want to do that anyway because they've been there for generations.
Yeah.
But look, there's a whole lot of things they could have done differently. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this when it all comes out in the wash.
That's good, Renee. I'm glad to hear that. Come on, y'all all know the fire assessment only costs you the price of a pizza or a 2-piece chicken dinner from KFC a month. You forgot to add also McDonald's in there, Mitchell, is another one that me and Dave heard in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
or how about the price of a vending machine out at
the so housing in the county commissioners' homes if they want. Boy. Billy, you're on it tonight, ain't you? I did see a comment back. Jeff, no announcement official from us. I was trying to bait Chris Coffee in for that, and he wasn't biting, and you knew it. I know it. You probably know more than I know.
I just wanted to know if they had a cut.
Yeah,
but apparently he can't even say that.
He didn't even say that. No, he did not.
No,
he did not.
He didn't say that.
So, and I'm not putting any words in her mouth.
And we're on a subject I wanted to talk a little bit about before we went back to what you were talking about.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's good. I wanted to talk about all this nonsense that's going on with ICE.
Yeah. Well, leads right into this, right?
Leads right into it.
Yeah, sure does.
Everybody has to understand this, and people can say what they want to. A constitutional republic, which is what we are, is basically a nation of laws. You say it's about the people, for the people, by the people. Yes, but it's set up where the people elect representatives, and what those representatives do when they go up to Congress is not lobby for whatever people want. They're sent up there to write laws. Now, you have a right to talk to your representative about what laws they pass. If you don't like what laws they pass, you can get rid of them. But it's basically a nation of laws. It's set up to be a nation of laws. Congress passes laws along with the Senate, the House, and the Senate. If you really want to put it in the correct way, this is what we call the Congress, and the Senate is really one body. Then you have the Supreme Court, which tells you whether the laws are supposed to be constitutional or unconstitutional, and then you have the executive, which enforces the laws. So that being said, we have laws on the books from years ago that were actually passed by, guess what, a Democrat president by the name of Bill Clinton, that gives us what is going on today, which is ICE's ability to go find people and arrest them and put them either in detention or send them back to the country of their origin. It's been going on for years. Barack Obama did it. Bill Clinton most certainly did it. All of the presidents have done this. There's videos, if you watch Barack Obama, saying that you either enter his country the correct way or we're going to send you back home. One of the very few things I agreed with that Barack Obama did, because you can't do that. A nation without borders is not a nation. But now, all of a sudden, we have certain members of certain parties telling these people to go out and interfere with ICE. Well, I've watched videos of where people have threatened ICE officers. I've seen videos of people harassing ICE officers. I've seen people actually assaulting ICE officers. You don't quite understand what you're doing with that, I don't think. Because number one, An ICE officer is a federal officer. And assaulting a federal officer is not going to be good for you. Obstructing him from doing his job is not going to be good for you. Threatening him is not going to be good for you. And what really needs to happen with these, and they can say, oh, well, that's martial law. You can't do that. Any of these people that do anything like that, other than stand on the other side of the street and not get in their face and protest the protest ICE, any of them that do anything crazy with it, period, need to be sitting in a federal prison for about 15 or 20 years. Period. Because that's not state law. That's not local law. That's federal law. So I want Donald Trump to do even more than what he's doing. I want him to put anybody that is messing with these federal agents and breaking the law by messing with them. I'm not talking about standing across the street, cussing them out, calling them names, acting like 5-year-old children. I'm talking about the people that actually do things like try to run them over with vehicles. Well, that one paid the price anyway, which I'm happy for, because you hit somebody with a vehicle, that's attempted murder. And if you hit a police officer with a vehicle, you're going to get shot. And that's exactly what happened. People can get mad at me for saying that. I really don't care. That doesn't matter whether that's a federal agent or the local sheriff or the local police officer. If you try to hit them with a car, they are going to shoot you, and they have the legal right to shoot you, and they should. Honestly, the woman's wife should be sitting in prison right now too, because she's the one that egged that on and made her wife do what she did. She's complicit in her wife's death. But that's all another story with all of that craziness. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yes. So the officer,
if you watch,
got in front of the car to stop her
after
and then moved out from in front of the car because the lady was trying to leave.
Okay.
So then he had his gun out and shot her for leaving.
She hit him with that car. If you watch the video from the reverse angle that everybody is seeing, which it somehow keeps on mysteriously vanishing from Facebook and everywhere else, and I've seen it. If you watch the video from the reverse angle, she actually hit him with that car. If you listen to the audio from the actual vest the guy was wearing, you can hear the lady hit him. Oh, sorry she's dead, but you can't do that.
Got 3 children too, don't she?
Yeah, she's got 3 children, but somewhere in that there's got to be an ex-husband, because the wife is not responsible enough to take care of those children either. And to tell you the honest truth, what is a mother of 3 children doing at a rally, cussing and trying to run over ICE agents? What type of lesson does that teach 3 children?
Well, I'm all for protest, but aggravated protest where you're throwing bombs and fire and all that on either side.
No. Police brutality, I don't agree with at all.
Exactly.
But when you're standing there and the officer's giving you orders to stop and stop again and stop again, you've already been in a verbal altercation with him, and you hit that officer, you get what you deserve.
Well, if you hit, that's not right. Hitting.
I mean, you from the other end, the opposite end, because there is a second video out there of that happening. You can actually see her hit him. From the audio from his vest, you hear that car go pop.
Would you see all them officers? 10 officers attack one guy and beating him while he's down on the ground? That's not right. No, you didn't.
I'm trying to remember. There's been several videos of that actually happening, and I'm trying. Are you talking about the one where the guy spit in his face before that happened, and they they jerked him down and he kept on resisting. So
there were several like that. So I don't know about the spitting, but there were several reasons. I don't know what the reason were, if they were just disagreeing with each other. And
that's why if you're going to protest this against ICE, you should be across the street or at least 20, 30 foot away from them so none of that happens. I mean, if you
have a mic and tell them with the mic.
I mean,
what your protest is
peaceful
about.
protest has been going on for how long now? And people used to not
1776.
Exactly, and people used to not get shot and run over and maced and all that stuff all the time. It just a few few, and now it seems like everybody wants to become a martyr. And that just, I'm sorry, you something's got to be done. And it's not the ones that are standing across the street doing that. I watched a video the other day of one of them getting in a counter protester's ear with a megaphone. And he got the brakes beat off of him after that guy told him to get that megaphone out of his face about 3 times. I thought that was funny. You mess with a vet is what you did.
Yeah.
And got in his ear, and he told you multiple times to get the megaphone out of his ear, and then he just beat the dog piss out of this guy. But that's the thing. When you do stuff like that, you need to have some common courtesy and some common decency, whether you disagree with the people on the other side or not.
I'd say there's a little fault on both sides. I know ICE, immigration officers.
See, that's their job.
Their job is to grab illegal aliens. How do you know you're an illegal alien?
Well, there's also
knock on the door and go in and grab them and throw them in the car.
That's part of it. The other part of it is there is a lot of intel that goes into that's done, where they know what's going on, and they're not only are they just picking up illegal aliens, they're picking up criminal illegal aliens, and that's what a lot of the focus has been.
Heck yes.
Well, I mean, I watched a video the other day of an ICE officer rolling down the window, going, "Are you kidding me? We're not here just to arrest somebody that's illegally here in this country. We're here to arrest a person that's an illegal sexual offender.
Get them off the street and out of the country."
They warned this person that they were coming, that ICE was coming, and the person was a sexual offender. Mm-hmm. That's obstruction of justice. Not only that, you just kept that sexual offender on the streets.
Well, here's the fear. The fear is you got 3,000 immigration officers,
right?
And they're not all trained for that particular job. And I'm not going to say train. Yeah, they take their name and information and put them through give me 10 push-ups and run me through a door, and say, okay, you're on, you're hired. But there's been a lot of talk about
federal agents are trained pretty well before they're sent out like that.
So I've been listening, and I want to interject a little bit. Yeah,
I mean, it's a heated topic. I mean, it really is.
So I want to spin this a little bit differently, and I'll read your comments here in a second, guys, or I'll let Byron read them. So I was listening to what you were saying, and I agree with what you said, Byron, and I agree with what you said, David. But here's the problem. Because of the political divide in this country, everything that is we judge or base our actions and the things that we do on, it's not you did wrong or you did right. It becomes a political thing. This side did it or this side did it. And there is nothing there, Byron, like I told you, in the center of this runway here that is even close to meshing these two together. It's such a political divide. It has been for the last 15 or 20 years.
That way forever.
Well, but more now than what it has ever been.
You got to remember that at a point in time in our history, we killed each other.
Well, that is true. And then you think it is starting to come together a little bit. And then all of a sudden, it just goes it goes wide right and wide left again. Sorry, using a Florida State term there because I hate that term because that cost us a couple of national championships. But you know what I'm saying, Byron? It's we cannot agree to even disagree. If you say something, okay, you just said what you said right there. Do you know how many people is going to come back and go, Byron, I disagree with that. I think ICE is there. ICE has done this or that. There is never a happy medium that we can all come to. And that's the whole problem with this whole thing. And I agree with what Byron said. I think if you're a federal officer and you use any kind of weapon, i.e. a vehicle, to try to run over me, I'm going to shoot you dead. I'm going to shoot you dead. I've asked you very calmly and very nicely, please stop, please stop. And now you press that gas.
Get out of the car.
So get out there. Yes, and get out there and get out of the car.
You're right, Mitchell. I heard that. That's the second time this guy's been hit.
Yes,
I wouldn't step by, let that car go by, and pow, shoot them in the head because they're out of the way now. But if you were in front of the car, you should be shooting through the front of the car.
So so let's just say, all right, let's say Byron's driving a vehicle. Okay, Byron's driving. Byron, please stop, please stop. I'm standing in front of the vehicle. Okay.
Yeah.
You were talking about this training that these ICE agents or these agents supposed to have gotten, right?
Mm.
So I'm standing in front of the car. Byron, I asked Byron 3 times to please get out. Byron says, screw you, David, screw you, officer. I'm leaving. And he punches the gas, and I'm sitting there still in front of that car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I can withdraw, and I should have my weapon drawn anyway because you're not obeying what I'm saying. So I'm thinking you're already a threat to me. And now you're pressing a gas and a 5,000-pound beat, whatever the case may be.
I understand what you're saying.
And I'm going to fire shots too. There's absolutely right. But Byron, would that be the wrong? In other words, are these agents putting themselves in predicaments that they shouldn't be in?
No, not at all. Not with what they're doing. They
with today. Okay, can I rephrase it? Let me rephrase.
It's absolutely the opposite way around. The people that are protesting this are putting themselves in positions that they should not be putting themselves into. Protest all you want to. When you start doing that, and an officer gives you an order, that's the end of that. I mean, you better stop because they mean business. They're not going to play with you.
Okay, no, and you're right. But let me rephrase the question. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase the question. Would I stand in front of that car anyway, knowing what people are about today? This is the vehicle. I'm standing right here. I'm asking you to get out. I've got my weapon drawn. With knowing what I know about these crazies out there, would I even stand in front of that vehicle? As an officer, knowing what could happen, I may stand to the side. Do you follow where I'm going?
That'd be. I understand exactly what you're saying, but there were already officers on the side of the vehicle too.
Okay,
so I mean,
they
were trying to get the lady to stop.
Correct.
So, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
since you move out the way of the fool.
Yeah, exactly right. Because you already know the rhetoric and what's going on in this country today. I've got to sort of think and understand, man, these guys got to make quick second decisions. But I already know what people are about and what people can do. And maybe I wouldn't assume that she's going to run me over or try to kill me with her vehicle or get me out of the way.
You know, when all of that's going on, sometimes that's a split second.
It is, and it is.
It's hard to second.
And you got 2 officers there, like you said. One officer is on the side and already had talked to her and stepped back. And the other officer was in front of the car and stepped out in front of the car with the gun as she was pulling away and shot into it. That's the way I saw it.
He got hit and he was pushed off the side of the car.
Let me ask something. In the videos that you've seen, did he get hit? In the videos that you see, now I'm just asking you.
I saw, the camera was from the back of the car shooting down the side.
Yep.
And he was at the corner, stepped over, boom. Now there was another video where it was over on the right side of the car, shooting that way, and that looked like he was in front of the car, that left headlight there.
Yep.
And but he still stepped over to the side as she was pulling away and got shot.
The thing that I would say is the part of the problem.
It should have never got that far. It should have never got that.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, it should have never got that.
We are so concerned about the political correctness and the response that either side is going to give about stuff. Well, what really should have happened was the first time they said, get out of the car. That should have been the warning. And the second time they said, get out of the car.
Yeah.
They should have jerked the door open or busted the window open and drug both of them out of the car.
The window wasn't even up.
I mean, that's what I'm
and
saying.
The second officer, first officer, I think he had his hand in the window.
They really should have. After that came out of their mouth the second time, they saw that was not going to be any attempt. They should have jerked both of them out of the car.
That's a good example of experienced federal officers and inexperienced federal officers. And the sad part is they're not even investigating.
No, because they have video footage that proves that there's no way he could be convicted.
Yeah,
and the media is not showing it. That's the problem with this. The media is happening this so much and stirring up all this crap and any violence that happens. They're duplicitous.
If they try to evict him, that's just going to throw a big problem in how federal officers handle.
Well, I think there's a perception now of that. There's no doubt about it. Byron hit it right there when he was talking about this whole issue right here. There is no respect anymore for any kind of law enforcement. I don't care if you're a federal agent. I don't care if you're a state agent. I don't care if you're a county. I don't think there's respect anymore for law enforcement. And people, brother, how many times have you seen people get up in the face, even at protests, of law enforcement officers walking by and getting up in their face? And I mean, just about this close, Byron. Man, that's invading my personal space. If I pop the living dog crap out of you because you're in my face, that's my personal space. But see, if I did it as a law enforcement officer, guess what? Now I'm targeted by everybody.
Yeah. All it takes is one spittle drop.
And that's all.
If
I was in that situation, I would have slammed my car in park and hope I didn't get shot.
And got out.
Open up the door and hoping I didn't get shot. Throw myself on the ground and pray that they don't shoot me.
Well,
or step on me or beat me.
Dave, the first thing that would have happened when he told you to get out of the car is you would have gotten out of the car.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that would have solved this whole entire incident. Never would have happened if she would have obeyed the officer.
So,
well, that's true.
I think you take all the personal accountability out of it from coming from her side when you watch the video and they're telling her to get out of that car.
So I'm going to give you, I think I told you this, what happened to me 2 years ago, didn't I, when I got stopped on the way to work? So everybody that knows, I get up real early in the morning and I head toward Lake City. That's where I work at. That's where my job is. I go straight down 100. So I was coming through Lake Butler. Okay. I was doing a little excessive. That, where it goes from Byron from 40 to, and then goes up to 60, right? Well, when I got up to the 60, I had already been doing 68 miles an hour. Well, it was dark. I didn't see the highway patrolman sitting over to my right. So I zoomed by. There goes the blue lights. I'm the only car there. I'm the only car. So I know he's pulling me over. the right thing to do, and I did it. I pulled over, just like I was supposed to. He come behind me a couple of minutes later because he was trying to get up speed because I was already doing, 68 miles an hour. So I pull over. He finally gets up to me. I roll down my window, and he comes up to me with his flashlight.
Turn the lights on inside.
So I did, and he had his hand on his weapon, which is what he's supposed to.
Kind of job he's got. You got to be alert.
In his left side. Well, I'm telling you right now, I don't go nowhere without packing. I'm sorry, I'm telling you right now.
That's okay. So, it's not illegal.
Yeah. So when he comes up to me, he goes, "Hey, how you doing, sir?" He goes, "I pulled you over." Yes, sir. Way younger than me, but yes, sir, because I respect law enforcement. Yes, sir. I know I was speeding. I said, "I'm sorry. I was just trying to get to work, running just a little bit, tad late." He goes, "Okay, license and registration." So I said, the first thing I said is, "Officer, I'm going to reach over here to get my registration and my insurance, but I do have a weapon in the car." You know what he told me? He says, "Thank you, sir, for letting me know that." He goes, "I really appreciate it." And I said, "I'm going to reach, officer, into the glove compartment right here and grab my insurance and registration." And I did it. Had the lights on the whole time. He was watching me. Reached over, gave it to him. He went back, kept my hands up where he can see them over the steering wheel. I kept my hands where he can see me as he was going back. Ran all my stuff. Came back. I was clean. And he goes, "Sir, I really appreciate you pulling over." He says, "I'm going to go ahead and give you a warning this time." He says, "I don't want to give you a ticket, but," he said, "if you'll do me a favor and just slow down when you're coming, through this, and make sure when you get up to this, that you're doing 60. Don't be doing, 68, 70 or whatever I was doing." I think he clocked me at 69 officially or whatever. But I did the right things. I didn't stir anything. I didn't talk to him negative. I didn't say anything. I could have said, "Well, you son of a man, I'm running late for work." What? Hey, how would that have stopped?
Some people do that.
Well, that's the problem. Well, how would that have stopped? Well, Byron would have went. If I'd have said, "Oh my gosh, man, really? You pulled me over for that crap? Really? Yeah. I'm not giving you nothing, man. I'll tell you what, I'm really sick of." How would that stop?
He'd pull his gun out and popped you in the head.
I don't think you would have done that.
Not really.
You probably were going to end up getting a ticket.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Or maybe
dragged out of the car.
And he's going to call. He's probably already called. He's got backup on his way. I'm probably, if I get more nastier than that, I'm probably going to jail, right? Well, I'm probably going to go spend some time in the holding cell there.
What was the speed limit that you were
60.
speeding in?
So 60. I was going 60, 68 or 69. He said he clocked me at 69 in the 60.
9 miles an hour over speed.
Yeah, but he did stop me. And the thing is I stopped and I did the right thing, what I thought was the right thing, and it was the right thing for him as well. When he said, "David," or he didn't call me David, he called me Mr. Rodgers because that's what's on my license. He said, "Mr. Rodgers, I really appreciate you telling me that you have a weapon in your vehicle." He didn't even ask me where it was. He could have, and I would have told him. But I said, and when he said, registration and insurance, because I already handed him my license, I said, "I'm going to reach over there." I told him exactly what I was doing. And he knew exactly what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And that's the way it should be. Do you know how many times that even if he gives you a ticket, like Byron said, even if he gives you a ticket, it doesn't matter. At least everybody was safe.
That's exactly right.
You're going to go home. He's going to go home. And guess what? Yeah, I'm not going to have such a great day because I'm going to be $220 lighter, you know what I'm saying, than what I was. But yes, I appreciate that. Thank you. But I'm going to be $200 lighter in my wallet. But at least I'm going home safe. May not have a great day at work. Give me a cup of coffee. I'll be over it. You know what I'm saying? But we both got it out of there with a safe stop, and it was great. With the exception of that.
Look, the best policy is just to do what they tell you to do.
Yeah, that's it.
And if you get one of the bad ones, you're going to get one of the bad ones, but most of them are good people, and most of them are good police officers and federal agents and everything else. But you even with the bad ones, you are going to reduce your risk of seriously getting hurt or going to jail just by doing what they tell you to do. I mean, it's just that simple. A lot of the stuff that's happened, there's been all these famous incidents, would have never happened if the people that were involved with it would just follow the officer's orders.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is what it is, man. I didn't realize, Dave, until Dave said that. It's almost 9:20, man. We've been going on with a great conversation. Really, I want to thank. We're going to go ahead and bring this to a close. We've got a lot more stuff to really talk about into next week. We hope you join us next Tuesday night. I do want to say one thing, and that is the wrestling show that we were going to do. You remember I talked about the wrestling show for the art that we were going to do. I know you're still on, Rick. I hope you're on. We are going to cancel that from that date. We're going to regroup and push it back just a little bit. I'm going to talk with the art board and see what they want to do. A couple of things came into play with it, and so we're going to regroup and see if we can still pull it off on that date or if we need to push it back. But I'll give you more details. So people ask me about that wrestling show. So that's what's going on with it right now, and we'll put out more information when we have it. Double check your your Chamber of Commerce, the Downtown Merchants, and the Bradford County Agricultural Fair Facebook page, and those pages there for the local events that's coming up. I will go over some of those events next week as we get back into play. I want to thank everybody for joining the show, all the comments that are there. Really appreciate you guys coming on. Make sure you, Mitchell had a show tonight. Make sure you tune on the Spot Motorsports Media with Mitchell Gunner, as he had a couple guests on tonight. And is he going to have a show on Thursday? Mitchell, you have a show on Thursday? I don't know if you are or not, but I know you got several things coming up, as this is going to be the heat of the racing season. So again, thank you guys for coming on. Sorry I couldn't, me or Byron, excuse me, or Dave couldn't give you any news on the coach. That's what we know. Like I said, if I knew and I was authorized to say, Dave, Byron, we would have said. Yeah. We would have. Yeah. You hear it first from On the Spot with David Rodgers. So, again, I hope I did this so we didn't disappoint people. We were just trying to give you an oversight and what we knew. I'm not sure where the big news thing came from, but Cassandra, but appreciate you tuning in as well, and along with everybody. Byron, just real quick, couple of final words, man, and then we're going to shut this thing down.
Look, we live in what is supposed to be a civil society. There are norms in the way you act. We need to go back to those norms. It will save a lot of people a lot of heartache and a lot of trouble just by acting like you live in a civil society.
Yeah.
I mean, protesting is protesting, but at the end of the day, those people have families too that you're protesting. So,
Dave, final comments? Anything? Let's see. Mitchell just said, what did he say right there? I was trying to get to it. Let me see. Top fuel driver Lex June on Thursday night at 7:00 on the Spot Motorsports Media. So you can tune into there. Mitchell and Robert will be hosting that show. So make sure you tune into that. Dave, any final words that you got?
Just treat each other right.
Treat each other right. Yeah. Byron's right.
Don't get caught up in the chaos in the world today, because we are good people.
Let's take care of each other. Let's take care of each other. Love each other. I've heard your mother say that to me many times. Absolutely. That everybody, we should take care of each other, love each other. This shouldn't be all this chaos and all this drama and everything that's going on. And I don't want to get back into it, but let's just take care of and love each other. And maybe, just maybe, you see how many times I said that one day we can all look at each other and go, man, you know, let's make this work out. I hope we get to that. Am I going to see it in my lifetime? I don't know. Maybe not. I hope I do. I hope I do.
You know what's going to be required for that, David, is a big batch of minding your own business.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's a lot
or
of
a big batch of your mom's, what is that called? Big pot of it. Where we can,
white chicken chili?
Yeah, well, no, the other one too. The goulash.
Goulash. Yeah, minding my own, well, that is minding my own. That's absolutely right. I mind the pot of goulash.
Yeah, hey, I almost had you. Yeah, a big pot of that big goulash. Yeah, boy. Oh, man. That's some good stuff, boy.
This world needs.
Yeah, it does.
Is something else.
Yes, it is. On behalf of the Byron Bagwell, the Dancing Destroyer, Dave Holland, Mitchell Gunner, hosting On the Spot Motorsports Media. I'm David Rodgers. God bless you. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Football going on. It is New England going to Denver for the AFC Championship, and the Rams going to Seattle for the NFC Championship. Those games are on Sunday, back-to-back, and the winners of those will be playing in the big Super Bowl, Byron, and we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing for the Super Bowl. We got to plan a little something out. So
that sounds like a plan.
That sounds like a plan to me. God bless you guys. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. Take care of each other. Make sure to be safe, be good. We snack on danger and dine on death, and dead men don't make no money. God bless you.